they requested that we did a team spectator. It's going to be more of the same for this week. We're going to be on team spectate, so we won't have as many controls as we normally do, but that's okay because we're just able to focus in on CEI and see how things are going for them. I think last time it also went map 1 to Nepal, so we're seeing a little bit of a replay. This could be deja vu depending on what dream you're in. I remember CEI kind of prioritizing, and they tend to prioritize on several of the maps height, and so I would expect to see something similar here. So far we are seeing a Mercy, a Cassidy, a May, Kiriko, and then we've got Nottingham, who is on the Ramatra. So that's a little bit of a different take.
Yeah, you were talking about high, and especially on Nepal, CEI is known for just giving up the site early and letting the opponent take site, and they take position over that. Ooh, and the ball on the side of Seattle. It looks like they got walled off a little bit right there, protecting themselves. And it looks like Seattle was able to take height, as CEI did play the other side of the map, so they are in a little bit of an awkward situation. Ball's just keeping the pressure on them, and it looks like the collision is going to be over the site. Ooh, Red Comet getting low, but he's able to stay in it. Oh, barely able to stay. Oh, Genji is stuck, and he's going to die to high. Wow, my brain just died.
No, you're good. High rate taking the first kill on May for Genji. Great opening. Neither team able to capture the point just yet. I say that, and CEI does take it.
Yeah, CEI is able to take it, even though the pressure is on them right now. And Ball did already pop his ulti, trying to get the pressure on CEI, trying to take out more than one. And there he goes. He's going to take out one from CEI. But it looks like Nottingham is just keeping them in it right now. Trendy card keeping Nottingham alive just barely. But it is going to give up the site to Seattle. Looks like Red Comet and High Wraith were a little bit low right there, but they were able to make it out. Nottingham keeping it in. It looks like they're trying to take a retake. He does have ultimate, Ramatra does, but it looks like Ball's just keeping the enemy team off. They're keeping CEI off, and it's just making it awkward for CEI. Oh, and the Ball is going to be able to take out... Oh, not the Ball. It was actually the Soldier who was able to take out multiple members on the side of CEI, and it looks like the supports are just left. And if they're staggered, this might be really bad for CEI, as they won't be able to keep any... Oh, and there he goes. The supports will get staggered, so they are kind of in an awkward situation, and this will force CEI to switch up their team compositions to a more sustainable team composition with the Reaper and the Rhine.
It looks like they're going to try and dive based on the Reaper coming out. It looks like Iris is going to try to, again, dive just onto Seattle University to try to create an opening. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Nottingham real low. And not able to get the healing that he needs to stay alive there.
Yeah, it just looks like this Ball is kind of tearing through CEI. They kind of don't really know how to play around with the Ball, because Ball isn't used that often. And so it's kind of throwing him through a loop right now. We'll see if the supports are able to stay alive, but it looks like the Zenyatta is going to go down, and it looks like Symbol is going to go down as well. And it looks like CEI are kind of in trouble right now. Their backs are pinned against the wall. They're stuck in their spawn because this Ball is just kind of the CEI weakness.
Oh, definitely. The pressure that Hammond is putting on CE right now is kind of insane. And then really everyone else is just falling, and everyone else on Seattle University is falling into place as well, and they just know their roles, and they're doing a great job.
Oh, and Nottingham is trying his best to stay on site, but it's not going to be enough, and overtime's going to drop, and the point is going to go to Seattle.
Yep, round 1 here on map and game number 1, like you say, going to Seattle University.
0-1.
So trying to just look for answers moving forward.
Yeah, I honestly feel like CEI wasn't really on the same page. It kind of looked like they were all kind of fighting their own little battles instead of focusing on one, moving to another, or even focusing for the supports. It looks like they were kind of all just trying to take out the Ball tank, and it didn't really work out for CEIs. They did lose the point, so we'll see if they can figure themselves out and rebuild that confidence that they need.
Might be putting a little too much emphasis on their top tank player and like how good of an individual he is in that role. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to try to want to try to get rid of their best player, but the thing is it's just not coordinated enough, and just like that, we do see Usagi for Seattle take out Red Comet. So already a man down here in the early stages of round number 2 of game 1. This is gonna be hard fought for CEI.
Yeah, and it looks like Nottingham is just trying to come up with some idea of how to take out some members to create some pressure for CEI, but every time he steps up, he just gets absolutely melted by Seattle. See if he's able to stay in, and the first pick is going to go to, oh, that's 2 for Seattle, and that's 3, and it looks like that's just going to be an ace for Seattle as CEI just doesn't have any pressure.
I think they're taking the right approach here. CEI, that is, just taking this time to regroup, brainstorm, and just figure out like what they can do as a collective to start to make a dent here in round number 2. Great start for Seattle University. The fifth in time here.
Ooh, good shots coming from High Rage. We'll see if he's able to take it out with the ball. And Usagi is just going to take out another member from CEI, putting the pressure back on them. And Ball is just creating chaos in this game right now. He is just ripping through CEI. And there goes High Wraith to its piece on the soldier. Ooh, Nottingham is able to take out the tank though. This might be a chance for CEI as they realize that the top 500 tank is down. And Nottingham is going to take out 2. He's going for 3, but it's not going to work as the supports are able to take him down. But I do think that Nottingham taking out Ball, Fireblade, gives them a little bit of confidence and helps them know that they can take down a top 500 tank. I think they just need to realize that it's going to be a little bit harder than they're expecting.
I think so. Yeah.
A little bit of separation coming out for CEI, and that's already going to be one. Looks like Nottingham once again is just stepping up a little bit too far, and they're just a little... It's sad to say, but they're just getting separated by this ball. This ball is just doing a really good job of just separating CEI, not letting them have any pressure, and it looks like that's going to be the point going to Seattle, unless Trendy Card's able to get on top of it, but he's not able to. So game 1 is going to go to Seattle.
Yeah, not shocking. The Fireblade, the Hammond, who is causing havoc here for CEI, getting the play of the game. Definitely just a menace overall.
Ooh, good beams coming from Fireblade.
I don't know. I'm at a little bit of a loss for words. I think, early on at the season, it was we were kind of hoping and praying for games like this for the CEI Overwatch 2 team, so they could be challenged and so they could grow. And so this is going to be one of those moments where they are forced to step up and see what's in front of them and try to figure out a counter for the chaos that Seattle University is kind of causing so far. Like you say though, game number 1 going in favor of Seattle University. Still in the semifinals series. This is a best of 5 series, so that means it's the first 2-3 games that takes the series. So definitely not fully backs against the wall yet, but we're starting to get pushed into a corner.
Oh yeah, we definitely are. For half of that game, CEI, we were pushed up all the way up against into our spawn, and we really couldn't do much to get out of it. And I feel like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the ball just creates so much stress in the players. It makes them realize like, oh my goodness, we're not able to play right next to each other, and it causes a little bit of panic. So I feel like CEI either needs to find a way to play a little bit separate so the ball isn't as threatening, or there needs to be a way for them to stay grouped even though the ball is there. Just some way to break up that idea of being separated.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, it's just chaos. Chaos would be the word that I would use to summarize game number 1 there for CEI. We do find ourselves on King's Row here for game number 2. This, of course, being a hybrid mode. Both teams that are attacking have to capture that first point and then escort the payload moving forward from there. And so we've seen CEI seemingly week after week play on King's Row, and occasionally I think they're really comfortable on this map. I think that's going to be something that benefits them. I think it's going to be whether or not they can implement the game plan that they have set to really try and take control of game number 2 here to make sure that it's not a clean sweep for Seattle University.
While Kings Row is really comfortable for CEI, in the past couple weeks there has been over comfortability, and they've kind of got like they've definitely given away a little bit of pressure on Kings Row, so hopefully they're not doing that and they're able to lock it down. That's what they really need to do right now, is just kind of lock it down.
Your life would be far too easy.
Definitely.
And what a shame that would be.
We're just waiting for the round to start. And it looks like CEI is doing a good job of staying grouped. It looks like they're going to let them take a little bit of pressure right here, so they'll step up, maybe get a pick. We'll see if they stay on ball. And it looks like they did switch to a Ramatra. So that might be more comfortable for CEI. It looks like the Widow is stepping around. She does get stunned. Ooh, High Wraith with the first pick. Fireblade taking one back, taking another one. We'll see if High Wraith and Nottingham are able to stay in this, but it looks like they're just getting cornered right now because Fireblade is just putting all the pressure onto them, and it looks like they just got ripped apart one by one.
That did. That's first objective, first point going in favor of Seattle University. So now it's just going to be about stopping this payload and making sure that they don't escort all the way for the full 3 points. Ideally they stop it just before point number 3, before they switch halves here. So a lot of work early on here for CEI to deal with and to get things back in their favor overall.
Yeah, it looks like they're just kind of pulling this point, waiting for them to push up, seeing if they can get any picks. Red Comet does miss his shot right there. Ramatra just cementing them down right now, and ooh, Baptiste barely keeping them alive. We'll see if they're able to take out the Ramatra. He is weak. Ooh, High Wraith taking out the soldier right there. Ramatra does pop his ultimate. CEI is kind of in a tough spot right now. We'll see if Nottingham is able to tank this for his team. He's being kept alive by Trendy Card. And the Ramatra does stay alive. It looks like they did switch to a Tracer on the side of Seattle to maybe put that pressure back on to break them apart. Ooh, there is the Baptiste ultimate. We'll see if High Wraith is... Ooh, he does get the Baptiste. That's kind of a big ulti. Able to take out the main support for Seattle. Red Comet taking out Tracer. And it looks like CEI is able to put the pressure back on Seattle right now. Ooh, High Wraith barely staying alive. Trendy Corn keeping him alive. Ooh, they're all so weak right now. We'll see if they're able to take him out. Ooh, it looks like High Wraith might have stepped up a little far, but he was able to take him out. Red Comet taking out the Lucio. And good job from CEI to be able to figure out what they needed to do to put that pressure back on him. And it looked like what they needed to do was just focus anything but the tank. I feel like the tank would push up and everybody would just lock onto the tank, but really they just needed to let the tanks kind of brawl it out and let the damages and supports go down.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna have to be CEI taking care of the squishies first, making sure that the supports are kept in check, just so they can actually get to the tank in an effective manner. And so far, that's a big ult. And then a follow-up ult from Cassidy.
Ooh, but Nottingham is doing a good job of staying in. Oh, he was getting pocket mercies, being able to stay alive. Symbol trying to do his best, but he's not going to be able to get anywhere as he's getting chased by the whole team. He tries to teleport out, but it's not going to make it. As CEI is kind of looking in trouble right now.
So Seattle, they do capture point number 2, and they're pushing the payload forward to try and capture this point number 3. There's still 4 minutes, 25 seconds left on the clock for Seattle University to really capture that point number 3. Great shot coming out from Red Kama onto Tracer.
Ooh, that Cassie is super weak. We'll see if Red Kama's able to lock him down. There he goes.
Well done.
It looks like CEI is able to get the picks and the pressure right back onto Seattle. And the Ramatra is stepping up super far. He's just locking them down. We'll see if he's able to take him out. Red Comet going for the squishies. We'll see if he's able to take him out. Oh, they're all so weak. They just need to finish him. Ramatra doing a really good job of playing in his shield. Lucio dance around these bullets, but he's going to go down to Nottingham. Great job from CEI to just keep him off the site just for a little bit longer as they bring it down to 3 minutes and 45 seconds. That is still a very long time, though, to hold them this close.
That's true, but I mean, yeah, for 3.5 minutes, that is plenty of time for Seattle University to push forward and really do some damage here. But things have been seeming a little bit more coordinated. Unfortunately, Training Card will go down on the Mercy. That's going to be a lot of healing coming out, or leaving for CEI.
But High Wraith did take out the tank, and that gives space for Nottingham and Red Comet to finish the rest of the team off. We'll see if they're able to take him out. Nottingham barely staying in it. We'll see if he can keep it alive, and he
That's
is.
a big pick.
Nottingham staying alive.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that was so intense right there. Cassidy is weak. We'll see if CEI can just lock this out. They just need to take out the last 2 members. And if they can take them out, this would stagger so much. But it looks like they're going to be able to stay alive and just keep the pressure going. Nottingham does have his ultimate, though. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. The Tracer's just teleporting around, keeping the pressure. And Lucio fell off. Lucio fell in the hole. That gives CEI a little bit of a lead. It is down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Oh, he does get cornered. It looks like CEI is really locking this down right now. We'll see if they can keep it going. And Ramatra's so weak. Red Comet finishing him off. Oh my goodness. Lucio is going to go down as well. There he goes. Nottingham finishing him off, bringing it down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. What a great push from CEI. They were really able to lock him down right there. That was a super intense fight. And they just lasted so long, but they were able to just take it. Great job from CEI.
Honestly, the fact that Nottingham stayed alive there, I mean, first off, knowing his abilities to keep him up for as long as he can and just buying time for that Mercy to get in. A great shot coming out from Red Comet.
He is popping his ultimate. We'll see if he's able to do more, but the Lucio does pop, and it looks like they did switch to a Moria. We'll see if that does anything. Looks like they're trying to lock down this Lucio right now. Nottingham is stuck, but his team is keeping him alive, just barely using his abilities to keep him alive. Oh, and it looks like Symbol did go down, but the Moria is going down. Oh, and they just get flanked and surrounded. It looks like Nottingham just wasn't able to, or I guess the rest of the CEI team wasn't able to keep up. And Nottingham is weak. We'll see if he's able to stay alive, but he's not. It's Peace on the Cassie. Just uses his ultimate on the solo Red Comet. They do have a little bit left. We'll see if they're able to stay alive. Looks like Trendy Card's just going to try to push out the last second to try to buy him some time, but it's not going to be able to make it. Ooh, that's tough. That was... Okay. I know.
That was a good round. That was a great game.
Yes, I do agree. While we did lose the round, I feel like CEI really is stepping up. They're definitely learning and they're adapting. We'll just see if it's enough and they can learn and adapt further to beat Seattle.
Yeah, that was absolutely a huge defensive side coming out from CEI there. Silver lining for sure. Yeah, I mean, yes, 3 points going to the Seattle scoring 3 points. However, only a minute and 10 seconds left. So if CEI were able to also get the 3 points here, then that leading into that overtime round, Seattle's only going to have a minute and 10 seconds to work with moving forward. And so hopefully the defenses of CEI could hold for that amount of time.
Make sure you're ready.
Yeah, and honestly, the tank from Seattle is really just doing so much for the team. He's just getting in all of the CEI space and just causing havoc and causing panic for CEI. Oh my goodness, that was so intense though. I feel like, yeah, they are kind of locked down right now, but we'll see if they're able to. Ooh, and High Wraith with the shot onto the. My mind is blanking.
Ponzo.
Can't think of the name.
Yeah.
Ponzo. knew it started with an H, and I just didn't want to say huh when I was talking, so
Yeah, that's alright.
we're good. My mind is just blanking because this game is so intense. But that was a huge pick coming up from High Wraith onto the Hanzo.
Absolutely.
We'll see if he's able to get more. Putting damage onto the Moria, keeping her weak. Ooh, focusing the Hanzo again. But he is going to get locked down by the Zenyatta. We'll see if the Zen is able to take out the High Wraith, and he does with the headshot on the orb. Ooh, great job, Symbol taking out the Cassidy. Ooh, Hanzo is super weak. We'll see if he's able to take him out, but the healers are able to keep him alive. The Zenyatta putting in the work right now to keep Seattle alive and to put the damage on CEI. It looks like CEI is kind of having a little bit of trouble with this loop right now. They can't decide which side to go on. And there is going to be an ultimate from Fireblade, and that's 2 down for CEI. Looks like Red Comet is just trying to take him out, but he's not going to have enough damage. Symbol staying alive. Good job.
That's actually important, because now they have both supports up and they can have a faster regroup, and they can take less time off the clock to try to mount an attack to take that objective A. Had Symbol been kind of staggered there, that's only going to waste more time off the clock, and that would have been massively unfortunate.
Good job from Symbol to stay alive, but as we said, its piece takes out Red Comet. And there goes Nottingham as well. Oh my goodness, and they're just getting taken out one by one. The Mercy looking like she's going to go down. Symbol barely able to stay alive, barely able to hang on. And it looks like CEI is kind of just stuck once again on the offense. They're not able to get the picks that they need.
Yeah, no, this is going to be really tough, and it's honestly, unfortunately, I think it's going to go down to the last minute for CEI here before they get to objective A. Because they, like you say, they need to get the picks. They need to create an opening in order to even get the space that they want moving forward.
Oh, and there's the ultimate from the Hanzo. We'll see if it's able to do any damage, but it doesn't look like it. They're just going to walk around it. Oh, and it looks like Hanzo went for a flank, but he's able to get... Nottingham gets the trade. But Trendycard is going to get the red, so that's going to be huge for CEI, as they're going to be up 1 man for a little while. And that's a big ultimate coming up from Nottingham.
Wow.
And Red Comet's able to take out 1. We'll see if they're able to keep the pressure going, but the Moria and Zen both pop their ultimate to keep the rest of the members alive. But Red Comet taking out the Moria. It looks like, oh my goodness, and that's a big ultimate from the Sigma on the side of Seattle, and Zen just cleaning up after the ultimate. We'll see if Nottingham and Trendy are able to stay alive, but it looks like it's not going to be able to happen as CEI drops down to the last minute. And if I'm being honest, I don't think CEI is really, how do I say this? They're not being very decisive. I feel like they're definitely they're kind of just walking into a fight not knowing who they're going to fight. And so I think if CEI really wants to come back, they just need to focus one person after the other. They need to communicate which person they're going after, and then just go from one to the next. And as I say that, Red Comet is going to get a pick onto the Hanzo, and it looks like they are regrouping in a...
That's a great Kiriko ult.
Oh, it looks like we'll see if they catch out the one, and he does. Red Comet, great job catching out the strays on the side of Seattle. Nottingham keeping the pressure. And it looks like they did get the payload, which will give them another 1.5 minutes.
So they've got 2 minutes 40 seconds right now in order to get something done. That's a big shot coming out from this Zenyatta on Seattle.
Yeah, that is something to be careful with Zenyatta, is if there's one line of sight, he will just shoot all of his orbs into one spot, and that's a lot of damage to be careful of. That can definitely take out a Squishy if they're not careful. And the Hanzo once again looking for the height. It looks like High Wraith is going up there to take him, make him fall down. And it looks like Red Comet once again getting super weakened. Oh my goodness, the Hanzo taking out Trendy on the side of CEI. And that's just gonna be it for that push, as Fireblade once again just takes him out.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully Nottingham, able to stay alive here. I think Seattle is gonna chase, because why wouldn't you? To be able to stagger the tank, that would be absolutely massive for Seattle.
Looks like Nottingham is getting weak as well, but it looks like he's just gonna... It looks like they're gonna try to take height. Oh, there it is. Red Comet trying to get the picks. And it looks like... Oh, Red Comet getting stunned. And oh my goodness, the Hanzo once again just getting the first pick, and he gets the second pick as well. And Nottingham once again just doing as best as he can, but it looks like that's just gonna be it. And it's just gonna be left to the supports. We'll see if they're able to stay alive, and if they go down, that's going to be a long stagger for them.
They don't, but again, only down to a minute and 10 seconds now, and they've got to move that payload all the way to the very end. So it's gonna have. I don't know what to say.
I don't really know
It's gonna
either,
be tough.
Trevor, but that's okay. It just looks like CEI just needs to really just step up and focus on where they are putting their utilities, because it looks like they're kind of just putting it willy-nilly, not knowing exactly where to put it, and then it just leads them to overcommitting. So we'll see if they're able to just use their utility in a little bit of a better way. And as I say that, Hanzo uses his ultimate, takes out Simple. That's a lot of healing that CEI is going to be missing out on. It looks like Nottingham once again overstepped his boundaries just a little bit. That leaves the rest of CEI in a not good position. We'll see if they get a push, but they do only have 30 seconds left, which probably means they could just get one last push to regroup and try to get back on the site.
30 seconds, yeah. Down to 15 seconds now, but man, that Hanzo is just absolutely a menace for Seattle. Oh, I mean, the team as a whole is just playing so well together.
It looks like the
Incredibly
Hanzo and the Zenyatta are really just putting in the work for this team. It's the Orb of Discord from Zenyatta is just melting CEI. And once again, as I say that, the Hanzo on the side of University takes out one, and that just leads to the rest falling down. And it looks like the reason why CEI is kind of just losing these fights is because they just get one person steps out a little bit too far. They lose one player, and then that kind of just rips apart the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So that's game number 2, going the way of Seattle University. Play the game, going again to Fireblade as Sigma. Oh yeah,
That was a great ultimate.
That's pretty big.
Great ultimate.
Yep, that's all I can say.
Not much you can do about that one either.
No, but honestly, I thought that on that defensive side there, on game number 2 on Kings Row, that CEI was playing way more coordinated overall. Unfortunate that they weren't able to, keep that 3rd point off the board. I don't know. Hindsight 2020, but obviously once we saw CEI's offensive side, I mean, they weren't able to get to the 2nd point either, so definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost for words. I don't even know how to explain that. It's just, it looks like they're trying their best, but it just looks like the University of Seattle is just that much more there, that much therer, if you would say.
Therer, wow.
That is a big, not big word.
I didn't realize we were pulling out fake words.
I didn't know how else to describe it. They are just more alive.
They've got more of a pulse.
Yeah, their beat is just, instead of beating at 60 per minute, they're beating at 120 per minute all the time.
They've got a 144 hertz pulse.
165 hertz
Yep.
display in their heart.
That's right. That's wild.
They're
Unfortunate.
lively, energetic.
So, if you're just joining us, thank you. And thank you for those that have been watching games 1 and 2 with us so far.
Not all of
Again,
us are scientists.
as you probably just saw,
But that's
this
no
is
reason to be
CEI
careless.
versus Seattle University. We are headed to game number 3. And it's going to be Escort on Junkertown. Not one that we normally see. I would say over the course of the season, we typically see Dorado come out for map number 3. So this is going to be interesting. I think that there's, well,
It's not
I don't
my
know.
job
I was
to
just
get
going to say
you
that
back
there's more
alive,
open space in
but stay close to
Junkertown, but not
me,
necessarily once
and
you
we
move
might
past the
manage it
first couple
anyway.
of the first point rather.
Yeah.
That the map kind of opens up a little bit more, a little bit more space overall. But
Stop the payload.
we're gonna see if CEI can hold this first choke point. We're gonna see more of the ball coming out for
He
Seattle
did go back to the
University.
ball, which once again kind of tore apart CEI, but maybe they'll be able to learn from their past mistakes. But the ball once again just stepping up, putting the pressure on CEI, making them disperse a little bit. But ooh, Moria was weak. Red Comet wasn't able to finish him off.
Oh, High Rays will get the Widowmaker, taking down its piece for Seattle.
That is a big first pick from High Wraith. Once again, Red Comet and High Wraith really need to focus down on the damages and supports rather than just focusing the ball.
Oh, Nottingham getting 2. Well done from
Ooh,
Nottingham.
Great job from Nottingham. It looks like it looks like they did focus the squishies in that fight, and the ball kind of wasn't what the team needed. The ball kind of not being as effective as we've seen in the past. Ooh, the Kiriko getting weak. Oh my goodness. Oh, Nottingham able to take him out. That is huge. But Nottingham is weak once again, but he is gonna get healed. The ball is gonna focus Nottingham, but it's not gonna work. He did use his ultimate, and Red Comet is gonna go down. We'll see if they're able to stay alive. And
bad
oh my
positioning.
goodness, Genji and is gonna attack Symbol, but Symbol's able to make it out. We'll see if he's able to keep Nottingham alive. But there goes Ball once again, making the supports kind of awkward, putting them in a bad spot, and they're just stuck in this building. And Ball's just tearing them down, putting the pressure on CEI. And ooh, Fireblade's gonna take out Trendy Card. We'll see if Symbol's able to keep Nottingham alive, which he is. Nottingham taking out 1. Ball once again is just creating chaos for CEI, but High Wraith is going to take out Widowmaker. And it looks like they're getting a little bit of the C9 action. It looks like the ball wants. Oh, it's so sad to see the ball just rip apart CEI and disperse them. And once again, yeah, there goes Fireball taking out Symbol. Here goes the ultimate coming out from Nottingham.
Oh.
He's able to take out 1 and 2 actually. But Fireblade once again bringing it right back. Great utility coming out from High Wraith. We'll see if he's able to get the pick on the Widowmaker. If he does, that's kind of huge. Oh, but he does get taken
nearly.
out, which is not what we want to see.
Hello there.
I
Oh,
aim
okay.
to devastate.
High Wraith trying to match Widow for Widow. We'll be looking to see if that pick battle goes the way of CEI or not. So
Ooh,
far,
it's
its piece is just hitting everything.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, and as we say that, there's another one. Looks like High Wraith might be a little bit scared to contest. And as we say that, the ball is just gonna get a solo kill on the High Wraith.
That's just a moment, one brief moment of not necessarily feeling like you're out of position, but and I don't even say it's to be rude, but definitely a skill difference as far as that
Yeah.
goes. You're just gonna have a hard time as as Widowmaker against Hannah.
That was a great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like,
That's
oh,
huge as
and
well.
as we said, Nottingham once again taking out more than 1 on the enemy team. And it looks like they're just letting them push. The ball is just buying time for the supports to just sit on top of the push, the payload, and just gets free distance. And they're already on the last point. Oh, and it's Peace taking out 1 more. Penny Card trying to stay alive, but Ball is just putting so much pressure on the CEI. I feel like CEI kind of just needs to neglect the ball. As long as he's not shooting his guns, they can just kind of leave him be. And as we say, like Genji comes out with his ultimate, but Nottingham stops him with the boulder. Genji taking out Symbol, and they're just taking him out one at a time. Red Comet does get 1 back, but Fireblade's gonna take out Trendy Card, and that's the support's gone for CEI. Genji all the way in the spawn. And Nottingham's just trying to do as much as he can, trying to keep them pushed back. He is going to take out 1. Will he stay alive? It looks like he's going to go down to Fireblade as Fireblade gets 3 CEI members. Red Comet trying to do what he can. Genji keeping him at bay. And it looks like the payload is just going to get walked up on. Fireblade trying as much as he can. Red Comet doing the damage, but he's getting shut down by the Genji. And that's just it. Even though Red Comet does get 2,
That was for Gerard.
that's just it. That is the round for Seattle.
To 3, switching sides.
Yeesh.
This is where I would start thinking about the team composition, because it seems like the characters they're playing are very mobile, and that's another thing I was thinking about is if
On which side?
On
On which
CEI.
side? Okay.
because it seems like their players are very stagnant except for the supports. So when the ball comes through, it just rips apart the tank and the damages. So I wonder if having more mobile damages
I'll find my
would be
own
better.
path.
And I think that's what the Hanzo pick was trying to be, but it
Do not
wasn't the
get in
output
my
that they
way.
wanted.
No, it's definitely going to be time for CEI to lock in. This is the last chance overall for them in order to extend this series and try
Watch your
their hand at
flanks.
a reverse
They might
sweep.
try
So
something.
going to have to lock in right now and create a solution for themselves moving forward.
It looks like
Every
Nottingham
soldier
might
needs
play
a
Zarya. This
cause.
might just be a pick while they're sitting in the... Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just a pick while they're sitting in the spawn. And it looks like he will switch to a Winston,
That's interesting.
which we have not seen before, but it's a very dive-heavy competition. So maybe that's enough to rip apart the team for Seattle, create that pressure that they need. We don't know which tank they have quite yet. Oh, there it is. There's the ball creating the pressure on a CEI.
Big
He's
pick
not
from
letting
Pirate
them...
though on the its piece. That's actually something that I don't want to gloss over because its piece on that Widowmaker and really just on distance characters
Ooh!
doing an excellent job and
Ooh.
well done from CEI early on to get this card moving forward.
That was great picks coming out from Red Comet and High Wraith. Yeah, and it looks like for a second the supports were also just hitting the tank. So maybe that's what they need to do, is just make sure that the supports aren't fighting the tanks and that they need to be putting out the healing and the crowd control that they need to do.
Oh, High Wraith with another big pick. 2 big picks.
Oh, he does get separated, but he's able to make it back with the grapple. Oh, Red Comet is going to deny Fireblade, but Nottingham is going to go down to the Zen. And this is a really fast push. They still have 5 minutes and 16 seconds, and they're already on the first point.
Well done. Well done. Going the way of CEI. High
High Wraith,
Gotta be careful here.
I know.
What's that?
He is stepping up, but he does need to be careful not to let it get too much.
so
But as we say that,
close.
its space does get the 1v1 under the Widow. It looks like Nottingham is going to try to create a little bit of a distraction for the CEIs. They're trying to get back onto the push, but he is going to get down by its piece.
I must return to
The
my
shots coming out from Seattle University are just on point today, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. Excellent showing from its piece so far. Doing a great job. High Wraith honestly responding
No
in
one
like
can hide.
on Widowmaker. That's a big ult coming out from Hammond.
Ooh, but he's not going to get anything out of it.
I'm grateful.
It looks like he's just going to sit back there. Oh, he
he
is
is
super
one.
weak. Ball is super weak. We'll see if they're able to shut him down. It looks like he is going to escape
That is
with his
unfortunate.
life, which is sad to see. It looks, yeah, if CEI was able to lock down, that would have been a huge pick for CEI. Ooh, High Wraith once again. Ooh, losing barely to its space, but they still have 4 minutes. Nottingham with his ultimate, trying to stay in it.
Oh,
Looks
he's
like-
got all of them right there.
Yeah, all of them are on height right now, just keeping CEI at bay. Oh, its piece once again, beating the High Wraith. The High Wraith? Just High Wraith. My apologies. Oh my goodness, the healing coming up from Red Comet. He is able to stay in that fight a lot longer than I thought he was going to. Genji getting weak. But once again, just shooting at the ball for a bit too long, I feel like. They need to be focusing the Genji and the other squishies, but the ball is just causing chaos. Red Comet is trying to get to the back line, but ball is just holding him there, not letting him do anything. Genji's trying to stay alive. We'll see if Red Comet can try to shut him down. That is the grenade, but it's not going to get him. Red Comet does shut down the Zenyatta though, but he does go down barely.
There's one.
The ball is just waiting for CEI to spawn. CEI really needs to group together.
Got one here.
And I feel like going into this tiny little quadrant is really good for ball, so maybe CEI needs to break away from this tiny little area and go out into the open and just try to take more fights. But as I say, that CEI does take height, and we'll see if they're able to do anything with it. Nottingham on the Diva. Kiriko is super weak. It looks like that is a little bit greedy from Nottingham. It looks like he extended a little bit too far, and it's gonna cost him. That is kind of sad to see. It looked like, well, it was Nottingham just overextending, and that kind of just lost the fight for CEI. He saw the Kiriko that was weak, but with the Zenyatta right next to her.
Unfortunately, that's just a moment where you've got to hit the shots in the moment.
True.
To get that, you don't get a second chance when you know characters are that low.
Once again, the ball causing chaos in the back lane, but Nottingham once again doing the same thing, causing distress on the damages, trying to get them off height. Oh, he is going to overextend for the Kiriko, but will it be an overextension if he's able to stay alive? No, it is not. He's able to stay alive. Once again, pushing the Widowmaker off the height into the team. High Rate's able to finish her off. That's a great punish from Nottingham. He does need to be careful about how far he pushes up, though. Once again, the overextending is kind of the issue right now. So if he's able to just stay back. Oh, it looks like he might be trying to get an ulti right here. He is going to get it, trying to play around it. Not able to get anything. He's going to try to use his ultimate to get one by crushing. Oh, and it does go down.
That's actually so unfortunate.
It just looks like the small little mistakes are costing CEI right now. And that's just going to be a sweep for University of Seattle. This is one of those things where it's the small little tank mistakes are what's costing the team right now. The small little mistakes in general, not to put all the pressure on just the tank, but just all the small little mistakes are leading up to this game. And it looks like, oh, Nottingham is trying his very best, but he might go down to the Zenyatta. And Nottingham will go down along with Red Comet. Hyrate trying to do his very best, but the ball and Zenyatta ultimate keeping them alive. CEI doing their absolute best, but Genji has his ultimate. It's just going to cut right through CEI. They are down to the last 10 seconds, but they are stuck in spawn, and that might just be it. It looks like, oh, Nottingham on the ball. He might just be going for the payload, trying to keep him alive.
Oh, he is.
Nottingham is on the payload. He's just keeping them in this game right now. They are down to the last 10 seconds.
He's got no supports, though, so that's...
But he doesn't have anything.
He does. He has Mercy.
The Mercy keeping Nottingham alive. They are staying in overtime, and oh my goodness, Nottingham coming in clutch. Keeping CEI alive. We'll see how long this lasts, though. They are in overtime. Switching the ball. He is going to get a slam onto the Genji. Genji is super weak. We'll see if he's able to shut him down.
Not able to.
Not able to. And CEI, falls.
That was a really
the
good
ball ultimate.
last-ditch effort. I don't know how long that could have been sustainable for, but that was a great last-ditch effort there by CEI. Unfortunately, that is game number 3 going in favor of Seattle University. So that means that CEI is out. And for the 3rd time, Fireblade with play of the game, just being a menace on Hammond.
Great shots, though, coming out from Fireblade.
So, unfortunately, that does mean CEI is out of the playoffs. That's honestly have to be super proud of a semifinals finish here in the NACE playoffs. Congrats to Seattle. I'm rooting for you guys to win it all. So best of luck in your finals match, and that for Seattle, that's either going to be against Coffeyville or Howard Payne University. Based off of what I've seen from the season, I would like to think that that's going to be Coffeyville in the finals versus Seattle University.
True.
So, however, we've seen upsets happen before. But any last thoughts, Cameron?
Honestly, just good series, good. What'd you consider a good season from CEI?
Great season.
They honestly did super good. This is the first time we've had an Overwatch team, and they went all the way to playoffs.
Yeah.
So honestly, great performance from CEI. Can't be mad at that part. All we can do is practice, get better for next time.
It's going to be a long off season, and so hopefully this doesn't, this loss doesn't come as like a pain or an ache or anything like that, just to kind of keep nagging at them over the course of the off season. But there's going to be a lot of time to get better as a group and prepare for the fall season. But honestly, first Overwatch team that we've had make it to semifinals and playoffs, like that is an incredible accomplishment. So I'm really proud of the team for that. So
True.
other than that, I think that's all from us here.
Yeah,
today.
that's it.
Okay, well,
I'm good. We're chilling.
excellent. Again, thank you all for joining us. We greatly appreciate your support, and not just today, but the support throughout the season. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you. I see you, young boy. I'm gonna let you keep that IP. You keep that to yourself then. Again,
Don't
thank you
dox the
guys.
man.
Yeah, don't dox. No. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And that's gonna be all from us. So we will catch you guys later.
Peace.